You might think that you have moved on from your ex, but if you still do any of the things I am going to be talking about in this video, then it is a sign that your ex still has power over you. You're welcome to She's Room. I help women to heal, grow, and attract love without settling. So in today's video, we are going to be talking about subtle signs that you have not yet moved on from your ex. So let's dive in. The number one sign that you have not yet moved on from your ex is that you find yourself constantly talking about them every now and then. Immediately after the breakup, or even after some months, you still find yourself talking about them. Not intentionally, actually, but somehow you just find yourself mentioning them in your conversations more than you should. Is it that you're talking about the good times you had with them or your frustrations with them? Maybe it was an abusive partner, you find yourself constantly talking about all the pains you had to go through in that particular relationship, or you find yourself constantly reminiscing or having conversations about how good he was to you and all of that. If this still happens to you, then it is a sign that you have not moved on from your ex and you need to heal. You want to stick with me to the end of this video because number 3 is the one that affects a lot of women. The second sign that you have not yet gotten over your ex is that you find it difficult to focus on someone else. Maybe you're on a date with someone, maybe someone is trying to start a new relationship with you. You find it difficult to focus on them. Why? Because your heart's not with them. Your heart is still with your ex. They are trying to build something solid and genuine with you, but your mind is not just there. You're having a conversation with them, but you are not into that conversation. You might even engage them in a chat, but while you are chatting with them, you are not into that chat. You are not committed into that chat. You're not committed into that dating. You're just there because you think you need to be there to numb your pains or to pass time. So if this is happening to you, drop a comment below. The third sign that you have not yet gotten over your ex is that you jump into situationships just to fill in the void. By this, I mean that once you break up from that relationship, you're already moving into another relationship because you want to numb the pain, because you are scared of being lonely, because you are scared of fighting that depression that comes with heartbreak, because you do not want to cry. Sometimes it might even be because you want to prove to your ex that you can do without them, because you want to prove to your ex that you can actually move on and live a very good life without them. If you ever did this, or if you are currently doing this, it's a sign that you have not moved on from your ex. And the best thing for you to do is to go back and heal yourself. Because if you keep being in that situationship, it's not going to actually heal you. It's only going to make you to date men that will feed you with crumbs. It's only going to make the wound to keep deteriorating until you get to a point where you no longer trust men. Because right now you're not dating that particular guy with your right senses. You're just dating him because you want to numb the pain you're feeling from your past relationship or from your broken relationship. You are just in that situationship because you want to prove a point to your ex, and that is going to end up damaging you. That is how a lot of women end up thinking that all men are the same. When you jump into situationship, it's going to make you not to have clarity or have a proper standard of who you want, of the kind of men that you want to date. So if you ever did this, drop a comment below. If any of these signs I have mentioned is familiar to you, then you want to stick with me to the end of this video because I am also going to be showing you how to move on fast from your ex by the end of this video. The first sign that you have not yet moved on from your ex is that you keep trying to bump into them. Somehow you just want to bump into them, you just want to get to see them. In as much as there are a lot of persons who might not want to come into physical contact with their ex after breaking up, a lot of persons wants to bump into their ex to prove a point. You want them to see that you are doing fine. And sometimes it could be that you want to see them and know if they are also doing fine without you. And for some persons, it could be that they want to meet up with them and reconcile whatsoever thing that have transpired between them, or because they want the relationship back. So you keep trying to appear in places where they usually are, maybe in clubs, maybe in a gymming house, maybe in a supermarket. You just follow them all about into their favorite places or the places where you think that you can always find them. You just keep trying to meet up with them in those places, either because you want them to see you're doing well without them, or that you want them to reconcile with you so that you guys can start the relationship again. If you still find yourself doing this, comment below because it's a sign that you have not yet moved on from your ex. Don't forget to stay with me to the end of this video because I'm going to be showing you exactly how to move on from your ex very fast if any of these signs I've mentioned is very familiar with you. The fifth sign is that you see them in everything you're doing. You're eating, you're seeing them. You want to go out, you're seeing them. Every single thing you're doing, you're seeing them. Sometimes, for some women who were in an abusive relationship or who broke up from a relationship and they were not given the privilege to say their own side of the story, or nobody actually wanted to hear their own side of the story, it might be that you just picture them in scenarios where you are imagining yourself saying your own side of the story, airing out your view, and saying everything that hurts you in the relationship. Sometimes you might just be in your house and you're imagining that you're going to see them when you go out to supermarket to shop, or when you go to church, or when you just go out to anywhere, just keep seeing them in everything and everywhere you are. Maybe because you want to get to talk, or because you are reminiscing over the good times that you spent with them, or because you are now remembering all the things you're supposed to do to him while you were still in that relationship that he was maltreating you. You're not remembering all the revenge tactics and all of that. So, but somehow they're just everywhere in your head and in your imagination. If this has ever happened to you or is currently happening to you, drop a comment below. The sixth sign is that you stalk their social media handle. This particular one, every single person does it. Both the guy that is involved and you who is the woman, you just find yourself going to their social media pages to check what's up, to check what they are doing. You are constantly viewing their WhatsApp statuses. You are constantly viewing their stories and their feeds on Facebook to know what is going on in their life. You just want to know what's going on in their life. You just want to know if they are as sad as you are, or if they are happy, or if they have moved on, or if their life is over. You are just there. Every minute you are constantly checking and stalking on the social media handle. If this is happening to you, drop a comment below. The seventh sign that you have not yet moved on from your ex is that you keep reading old texts. All the old conversations that you had with him while you were still with him, you find yourself constantly going back to those texts to read them over and over again. Sometimes it could even be the last breakup message that he sent to you. Maybe he broke up with you through a text, or perhaps just a random text that you guys have been using to converse while you were still with him. You just see yourself constantly going back to read those texts. You don't even know why, but you just find yourself reading those texts. It has become like a ritual. If you're still doing this, then it's a sign that you need to heal and that you have not moved on from your past relationship. Number eight sign that you have not yet moved on from your ex is that you find it difficult to trust people. This particular one affects a lot of women out there. They find it difficult to trust others because they think that every other man out there is same as their ex, because they think that if they go into another relationship with another guy, he's going to also end up breaking up her heart or maltreating her or doing all the bad things that the previous person did to her. So because of this, you find it difficult to trust people. You don't want to go into relationship with any guy again. You say you want to be single. You say you don't want to get married and all of that. It's not actually that you don't want to get married or that you don't want to be in a relationship. It's just the fact that you have not moved on from your ex. It's just the fact that you are not convinced that the next person you're going to go into a relationship with is not going to hurt you. So what you do is you switch into what is called the avoidance mood to protect yourself from more hurt or from being heartbroken again. If this is very, very relatable or very familiar with you, drop a comment in the comment section below. And don't forget to stay to the end of this video because I am going to be telling you how to get over your ex fast. The ninth and last sign that you have not gotten over your ex is that you live on regrets. You see yourself constantly regretting some of the things you did in the relationship. You're telling yourself something like, if I had done this better, maybe this relationship wouldn't have ended. Maybe I should have come out of this relationship earlier than I did. Maybe he was abusive in that relationship, and now that you're out of it, you are beginning to remember all the things you would have done right for him not to abuse you. You are just constantly blaming yourself. You are constantly being hard on yourself for staying through in that relationship. I think for me, when I came out of an abusive relationship after 4 years, I was constantly regretting why I stayed longer than I shouldn't have. I was constantly blaming myself for allowing him to treat me badly, to do all the bushes that he did to me. That was it from my own side. For you, it might be something different. It might be that he's a good man and you lost him and you are living in regrets. You should have done this right or that right. If this is currently happening to you, then it's a sign that you have not moved on from your ex or that you have not healed from your past relationship. Just as I promised, I am going to be showing you exactly how to move over your ex very fast. But that is going to be in my next video because I do not want this video to be long. So I am going to record a separate video where I'll be showing you step by step how to move on from your ex or from your past relationship and live a happy, healthier life. So all you have to do is to subscribe so that you can always see my next video once it drops. Thank you very much for watching. See you next time.